What's your hat say?
Forgot. It's from Secret.
Of course it is.
Like
fucking Secrets.
Yeah.
For anyone going to Ocean City, Maryland, Secrets is a place you must visit and also must avoid at all costs.
Yeah.
It's no really, but just stay out of the water, especially if you have a cut. Even if your friend tells you you're okay.
Yeah, that was me. Slip my fucking thing out. Why is my computer? My computer's just completely frozen.
I
can't even.
That's stinky.
Hit the record.
That's not good.
No, I might have to close it.
That's doo-doo. Or are you just gonna hit me with Gladiator game?
No, I mean I really can't do anything.
All right.
Let's see if I can tab through.
Maybe.
Okay. No, but it's not letting me. Can I just cancel? Okay. Well, it's like just flashing white.
No, that's not good.
Cancel.
Oh, it's Stolen Sun. All right. For some reason, I thought you said it was. Oh, you just said it was in Exton, not Exton Brewing Company.
Yeah, just it's a brewery.
For some, now that I put the two and two together, it makes sense. But I was like, oh, I've never heard of Exton Brewing Company.
Now, Stolen Sun.
Hell yeah. Hell yeah. Need a cure for the haze?
Fuck is going on?
Anti-juice for you. This is our jam beer, an old school style American IPA. That's a heavy American IPA.
I have no idea what's going on with it. None of this is working. It's all just like crashing on me. Episode 50.
Too many things?
There's nothing else running. Let's see. This is exhilarating for the Twitch people and the YouTube.
You're welcome.
Dude.
We're only here to exhilarate you.
Yeah. All right. I'm going to try it again. Whoa.
Yes, no, maybe. Yes, no, maybe so.
I mean, this is fucking ridiculous. It's like just not registering any inputs. Fucking
not your little
ridiculous.
Mouse pad either.
Nope. So it's just like I'm not gonna be able to. I have to save this in like a generic. It's gonna just say untitled, which is the ones that have problems.
Do you want to restart?
You
can let the stream go. You can talk to the stream. Stream keeps.
You can. Yeah.
See who's on.
I won't be on it.
AKA Max. Hi.
I'll join it.
Hi, Max.
Is he on?
No, I don't know. Yeah, no.
I'll restart.
Do this. Hello. Welcome to Sage's phone while Justin restarts his computer. We are going to be watching Mortal Kombat tonight. Pretty excited. I think the first one came out like 20 years ago, if not longer. But yeah, the girl that played Sonya posted a picture where she's like back in her attire and still ripped. Still killing it. It's pretty sweet.
Don't ruin all the good stuff, though.
All right. Is that the good stuff? Were you going to say that? I'm sorry.
No, I meant just like what stuff to still talk about.
Well, I mean, we could talk about the Winter Soldier.
Yeah.
How goofy was that costume?
Oh, I thought it was ridiculous. The new Captain America one.
He's
awesome.
Wacky, yeah.
He's awesome, but it just feels like almost like 90s before they had like the grounded costumes.
Yeah, it looks like the guy in what's the one with all like the serial killer superheroes?
Oh, The Boys?
Yeah. It looks like A-Train or something like that.
Yeah.
Like just kind of goofy.
Yep. All right.
But yeah, I mean, it was a good episode. Pretty good. No, I like how they wrapped it up. I like how they made spoilers, by the way.
Yeah.
For anyone who's only watching us online. Yeah, I like how they made her not a complete asshole. And yeah. Also trying to procure beer.
Ooh, off.
All right, back to mute. Back to mute.
Bang, I'm there.
Hey yo. I'm just trying to procure beer.
Like always. The never ending story. Do you have a dragon with you? Nope. Yes.
All right. All right. We're good. We're doing things. We in it. We own it. We all about it.
Oh, good. Bang. Bang. All right.
Guess what? Guess what?
Chicken butt.
Close.
Okay. Did you turn your thing off mute, by the way?
Yes, I did.
Welcome, Glad You Game Pod. All right. Well, if you're listening on a podcast site like Apple or Spotify, you're like, this is a great beginning. If you're watching on Twitter or Twitch or YouTube, you're like, what the fuck have you been doing for 7 minutes? Because my whole computer had to restart. Whole thing,
we
whole
did
kit and caboodle. But it wouldn't be episode 50 without a fucking tech issue.
Episode 50.
Bang.
Hell yeah.
We'll put out a picture of us looking beautiful for the 50 on the Instagram.
Yeah.
And stuff. But yeah, so we're getting a little celebration. And on top of it, we get to watch the new Mortal Kombat movie, which is great. See a game adaptation movie on our 50th epi. I love that. Like it. A lot more of it. Here's the 50 more. Excited. We got special beer. Not that we don't love our wolf pups. For the record, we're getting a little hometown beer, Uncle John's beer from Stolen Sun, which is in Exton, PA, I believe. So we'll crack these bad boys. It's now Jay and Sage in the beer. Sage and Jay in the beer.
Yeah, it's pretty good. I like it.
Yeah.
Good little session.
Good little sesh. Oh, it's a full IPA, baby. But
American IPA. There we go.
Yeah.
That was it.
It's got that freedom.
Not quite a session.
No.
Yeah. How's your week been? You played any games? Doing anything?
Have I played any game? Yes. So like I said, as we ended on last episode, I was in the NHLGWC, the NHL baby, NHL Gaming World Championship. I was going to say conference, but I don't think it is that. Anyways, wasn't sure if I was going to get to round 3, I believe was the thing. Fun fact, in round 3, did get the invite.
For all the video
It's
people
awesome.
out there, yes, I did just spill beer on myself.
Yes, he did. I was going to let it go, but he can call him. Pretty exciting. It's still hard as fuck. I did start playing more in the online, like outside of that, the tournament, so I can get like the fake money or whatever.
Yeah.
And I've bolstered my lines a little bit. I now have an overall 90. I don't have I have 190 player.
There you go.
But like the bottom line is like still my bottom D are still, they were 83s, now they're 84s.
Okay.
So
we're working up there.
That's pretty much it.
Yeah.
I pretty much
if you
got
guys want to
two
learn
better
like how
players.
that works, episode 49, we do a deep dive.
Yeah. I'm still playing everybody where their worst player is like a 91. And mine's 84 or majority of them. But you have to play 3 games to get ranked in round 3.
Do you let the people know that they can come on and listen to Glad You Game Pod?
No, but my name on it.
Wrecked.
My name on it is Glad You Game. So
Nice.
people can see that, and they're very well aware because I do put the mic on. If they start playing like an asshole, I'm like, you're a bitch. Oh yeah, it's not toxic. It's just he playing like a bitch. It's just I'm pointing out a fact. All right, there's a difference between me purposely doing it. But anyways, and sometimes I may get called that as well. But so you have to play 3 games to get ranked. I played 3. I went 2-1 in them, which is great. So 2 wins, 1 loss. I don't think I'm playing any more in this round I'm at rank 700,
Okay.
which is before my highest was like 1500. So,
Oh yeah.
Problem is only the top 32 go on from this, and so I'm
Wait,
still
the
quite.
top 32.
I'm ranked 700, ranked 32 to
Oh,
1.
they don't actually let you play like till you get to. They don't whittle it down.
Oh,
like-
I can keep playing to get a higher rank. I think I'm only going to drop a rank, and you get like certain like packs and stuff if you end at a certain rank.
Interesting.
I don't think I'll get higher just because
This is like back when you wanted to like preserve your KD ratio.
right. I'm doing it so I get a better outcome. So the next tournament I'll have better players, so I get better packs from this.
That is also my least favorite
and to save
gaming
my
moment
stress.
with you.
What?
Is we were playing, it was some Call of Duty or something like that.
How long?
And you
ago was
basically
that?
like,
yeah.
like
long
high school
college-
or
okay,
college.
yeah,
Yeah,
was it?
but college, I guess.
Yeah.
But you
We didn't talk
basically
in high school.
you basically like kicked me off playing Call of Duty
because
I
you were
was
killing my
affecting your
KDR.
KDR.
Yeah. I was like, fuck you, dude. I got to keep
Like,
it.
I'm not glad we game.
Yeah. Well, that was before we invented the whole. Obviously,
The mantra,
we were the
the
first people
philosophy.
to invent, being happy about gaming. But no, so I'll probably end it. It's also just incredibly stressful. Those 2 games I won, the one was 4-0. I whipped his ass, and his bottom player was a 94. That was his shittiest, and his goalie was a 92, Hendrik Lundqvist. And I was ripping his ass wide open. It was awesome. The other one was like 4-4 until the last like 12 seconds. And it is like I had to play and he had the same thing, like all 90s and stuff. I had to play a perfect game. It's so like my blood pressure. I just don't like play. Like you need to get the better team so you can kind of relax and get into it.
Yeah.
I am like one mistake is like that's a goal for the other team guaranteed. It's so, and I have to forecheck and backtrack like perfectly. Everything is like a fucking nightmare. That for like the 25 minutes or whatever it is, like I'm like I can't do it. And there's definitely people can ask in my life when they try to come in the room. I'm like, get the fuck out! I'm like, don't distract me.
I'll confirm after the pod.
Yeah. But no, it's a lot of fun, and I love like the tournament experience. It makes it, you can feel like the stakes are higher. I just not gonna get any further, and I'm pretty sure because I'm not gonna be in the top 32. But 700 is not bad for me for the team I have. I'm like, that's actually not shitty.
Yeah.
And it is nice because when I go into the on tournament play, I'm like kicking the shit out of people in it, and it just get more money, and I can keep bolstering the team. So I think I'll like really focus on it next round.
Word.
And that's when I'll like be like, all right, if we're gonna do the NHLGWC, like I'm gonna go for it. Still not gonna pay for it. I'm just gonna go a ton.
Yeah.
Also got some Val in because they're ending up their season, and the new season has a new map which looks cool.
Or
so I wanted to get into that.
PUBG also, I think PUBG redid their one of
Call
their
of
maps.
Duty.
Call
of Duty
there we go.
Warzone.
Yep.
They nuked it. Nuked it had some zombie thing. The zombie nuke thing was like really stupid.
Yeah.
But and all the servers crashed. Which you would think they would know, like what they're handling now, like how to scale. Because in SQA, like software quality assurance testing, you can test scaling up with that many users on the server. So it's like they should have. How do they not do scale testing on that? It's like a wild thing. Yeah, it's a little software engineer thing because like we would be required to do that for like when we release software. I mean, we test it as engineers ourselves, but we give it to SQA who has to test it for all the use cases.
Yeah.
And knowing that it's a massive fucking game, like probably the biggest game right now, or pretty close. The fact that it was like, how is that crashing? Like, how are you still doing the dumbest shit? But yeah, they fixed it, and now it's apparently pretty cool. It's got a new map and stuff, and that's they nuked it to get a new map, which is dope.
I also heard that like it is like whatever game you're playing at the time of the nuke, just finishes, and then it's like a cutscene, to the town getting nuked. Where like I think it would be awesome to just whatever game you're playing at 10 p.m. or whatever time it is, you just see that little light in the sky and just drop and like wipe out the map. I know you have to like build out a lot more shit, and for like an 8-second experience, it's probably
that was the other thing.
Programming and stuff. But
it was like a 30-second cutscene, and then like the servers crashed, and then like you couldn't really play more of the event, and everybody was like, "Is that really what we waited for?"
Yeah.
But then they added the rest, and it's like, okay, it's pretty cool now, but like Yeah, I agree. It would have been cool if it was in game instead of a cutscene. An in game like cutscene where it's like you can look up and still be like, I'm still shooting people while this shit's going on. Like fuck those guys. Yeah, I think that would have been cool. And like obviously from a software perspective, I don't think they thought everything out perfectly.
Yeah,
but I mean it's still cool. So they got the new map for that. Valorant, like I said, season ending, their new map. I'm actually pretty excited to play as long as it's like less reason for me to play fucking oh god, what is the frozen map? Oh, how can I not? It's everybody's most hated map.
There's always one, and it's usually a snow map.
Yeah, it's the ice map and Icebox.
Yeah,
yep. Like, it's the ice map. It's the Icebox. Is
like the fact that you had a snow map in GoldenEye. Did you ever play that?
I think in the campaign.
Yeah,
never.
Ever
No. In my friend, you play Complex.
Sucks.
Complex is the number
Absolutely.
one. Like it's slappers only Complex.
Yeah, but I mean, like there were a couple others that you would play, but nobody ever wanted to play the snow level.
I would say Complex and Facility were the two that I played the most. But I think I think I did play this because you could go outside into the snow, and I would do that a couple times.
You know what? Now that I'm thinking about it, you didn't go in the snow for multiplayer. It was all in the
there was
that giant room, like the control room.
Well, there's one you can go outside, and there was like a snow.
Oh,
it was like
there?
an Arctic area. I forget the name of it. Feel free to comment, whatever the fuck it is. My computer's doing all this weird shit again.
Yeah, I mean, I'm trying to remember now if it was just us talking.
Yeah,
to
Surface. The snow
Void, or if we were recording, but Mortal Kombat.
Snow level. It's called Surface, by the way.
Okay, cool.
And I did play that a good amount, but Complex and Facility were by far like one and
absolutely.
and they were probably competing for one.
Yeah.
And I still remember like, oh, that's a fake wall. You can go through there. Like, like the fake walls, and then you go walk through it, and you're like, people just watch people, and you can shoot through it.
There's that one with the bridge that's in like a V. We can go down a rabbit hole.
But yeah, so Mortal Kombat. So Mortal Kombat movie came out yesterday for the HBO Max. So we're doing a little premiere night here to kind of get the theater set, getting a little loose. So we got MK
Hence our like
and stuff.
Vaguely 90s attire.
Yeah, exactly. Getting like, because like that's when like the last one came out.
Yeah.
Mortal Kombat Armageddon, and that's where I got my name from for that. I played games since I was 5, which is Jax. So I got to see my boy,
which is such a better thing than mine. Mine was Cypher because I thought it was like cool and Matrixy, and then I realized
he was also the bad guy in the Matrix.
That he's Judas.
Yeah. He's like the one that you don't want to be. Even like Agent Smith is like at least kind of cool.
Yeah, I just was like, oh, that's a cool name, Cypher. And then I got like kicked out of a lot of chat rooms because like it was like a weed thing, like some kind of the way you smoked was called ciphering, and like.
I did not know that at all.
I didn't know
even
until I
day.
started getting kicked out of chat rooms. I mean, this is also like back in 2005.
Yeah, but you were also probably pretending to be a lesbian in those chat rooms.
Probably.
Yeah. Everybody who's been in those AOL chats back in the day, it's like, oh, dude, I'm a
ASL.
He has a like, well, my name's whatever, and I'm like 19, and this is like nude for nude, but you go first. and it's like you realize, looking back on now, all those lesbian chat rooms, it was definitely a bunch of like. All of us were like 15-year-old teenage boys
thinking that we were talking with other,
and it was probably other 15-year-old teenage boys, like or like fucking pedophiles. Like it was like, oh god. But it was the Wild West back in the old internet.
ASL for anyone who doesn't know,
age, sex, location, baby.
Yeah, is like the 3 things you don't tell people.
Yeah. that's like rule number 1. Like, don't tell them that, and it'll be like the first
that's
thing
just
you say.
How you open the chat. You're like, ASL, what's up? Oh, we're only 3 towns away. Weird.
That's so weird. Oh my god, let's hang out. Yeah, and the fact that like you would talk to your friends, you're like, oh, I was in this chat room. Like, I was in the chat room last night. It's like, dude, was I just hitting on my friend all night? I was like thinking he was a lesbian from like
Crispy
college.
Cupcake 69.
Yeah.
Fuck.
Oh, were you the Syracuse lesbian? Like, yeah, Paul. Like, it's like, oh my god,
damn it. Yeah,
it's so funny to this day. Like, you still talk to people about that, and they're like, "Yeah, every guy I know did that." Like everybody. Yeah, it was just like a thing, and it was, oh, you have to remember back in that day, there was like nothing.
Yeah,
right. It wasn't like,
and
now.
It was also like shared computers where it like it wasn't this like.
Oh, this is Dad's computer. Like when it's like, get the fuck off. It's on a dial-up connection.
It wasn't like you being weird in a dark room. It was you and 5 friends like say booby.
Yeah. Love it. But yeah, so Mortal Kombat. Where is it? So I figured we could talk about some favorite Mortal Kombat characters. We can also kind of talk about what was our favorite episode we talked on so far, because I think we're 50. It's like, do you have a favorite topic we talked about? For me, just going back, it was probably the first episode, just getting it started.
All right. Yeah.
One, we were blitzed out of our minds.
We were pretty
One and
pretty
two, we
toasty.
were like drunk, and then we realized like we have to be like conscious for like this stuff. But it was just like it was just really just getting it off the ground and exciting. Yeah. And I was like, it was like, you know, putting the pedal to the pound to the pavement and all that shit, and like grind to the grindstone, or metal to the arms, as it were, with Jax.
You should not
bringing
be
it back
relied
to
on for idioms.
No, I was tying it all to Mortal Kombat. That's why I was like, or the metal to the arm for Jax. Which, if we're going over favorite Mortal Kombat characters, obviously mine is Jax, but
my favorite episode was probably either Salvo or
John Rush.
Yeah. I like the interviews. So if
Eddie's
you guys
still
wanna see
great.
more of that, let us know. No, absolutely. And it sucks that we only have 3, so it feels like he's the odd one out.
For the record, we do try to get more interviews.
Yeah.
We're just not a mass thing. And that reminds me, subscribe on YouTube so we can have the fucking slap. The more subscribers and numbers we have and followers we have, the more people we can get on. And trust me, I am DMing people like a motherfucker. And we have a couple hooks in the water, lines in the sinker, whatever the fucking term is. We have a couple things.
Shrimps on the Barbie?
Pans in the fire. Steaks in the oven.
Yeah.
No.
And no, the only reason was Lauren was our first interview ever.
I was going to be like,
and
popped our interview chair.
Yeah. And then John Rash was like our first.
That was our first like big Hollywood.
Wig,
I mean, that's like, and he still has, maybe we'll get John on again, because he's actually working on, you know, he always is doing a bunch of cool stuff. And I know when we finished like WandaVision, he was like, yeah, how'd you like that? I worked on that. And I was like, why don't you tell me that? But he's not allowed to tell me anything, so he doesn't, obviously. But it's like, he always has cool stuff. And I would love to know, actually, we could talk more games. I'm sure he has some games he's working on now.
That'd be dope.
And Eddie's also getting a lot of other things. So I think we should have Eddie on again as well.
Yeah.
So I think we're definitely going to get people back in, and we're trying to. It's like, we also wanted you to come building out a podcast and everything. I think it's important to build out that you guys, not to be like, no, we're not neurotic, not to be pretty much the opposite of that. Well, no, not really opposite of that. Ego, like, not to be an egomaniac or what. The reason you want to come to a podcast is because you like the people who drive the podcast. So like, you need to come for us, and then it's like, oh, we have the interviews. That's the bonus stuff, right? Because we need to know that the episodes that we don't have interviews, like, everybody's still here, right? Because you're like, I want to hear what Justin says. Like, I want to hear what their take on this is. They're funny. They're doing all this shit, whatever the fuck. I'm interested in them, and that's what makes it special. Because that's really what
we're direct,
right? We are direct. We got thrown out. We got
call out.
We got a shout out on Twitter by, I'll pull it out. We got shout out on Twitter on.
Yeah. I like that all of it was like one word things. It's like, this one's like direct. This one is creative. This one is.
Yeah. And we got a shout out on Twitter. And exactly. It was us and a couple other podcasts. And
now
it was like just saying one words or like information about each one. And let me pull it out, because I just want to say give a proper shout out to the right people. So let's Zell Zaddy is the one who's like also a content curator, like 1,500 followers and stuff like that. Shares a bunch of good stuff and a lot of D&D stuff, but also gaming stuff. And so they had everybody a bunch of these podcasts, and there's like 6 on there, and ours was a one-word description of each one, and ours was direct. And I was like, I sent it to Sage immediately. I was like, I love this. And I think that's, as we try to be direct, we're like,
right to the point.
I wish it could have been, a couple words, like direct and funny or hilarious would have been great. But like, direct is the point, because like, we just up in your face action. But seriously, the more subscribers we get and things like that, and that's why we annoy the fuck out of you saying subscribe at the end. It sounds nicer because Salvo's singing it, and she sounds better than both of us. But the more people we follow, the more better guests we can get in, the more stuff we can do with the people. And we're trying to collab more and stuff, but we both have day jobs. Well, I mean, more followers you get, the less we rely on our day jobs, right? Because then we can start building up other things. And that would be, I mean, that would obviously be the dream where this is actually a financially viable thing. But right now it's a fun thing.
We'll have a producer, so we don't need to set up stuff. I mean, that's been like one of the
when I'm like,
biggest
the
hurdles.
laptop's not working or the audio is not fucking working. And that's a nightmare. It's like if we have Melissa and Jake, I don't know, it's producer is doing it, and you know, it's whatever. But that would be fucking awesome. But yeah, so I don't even know how we just got to that. Yes, or interviews.
Yeah.
But yeah,
I mean, we're just talking about like our 50th episode, like how we got here. What are the struggles? What are the good points? I
think we're definitely going to get more. For the record, we are going to get more interviews, but we didn't want to just be like, we can get those 3 on again, but we didn't want to just be like, that's our interviews. We're trying to expand it just so you as an audience is like, there's more cool shit.
And we've also had Wyatt and Max on, but yeah.
Right. But people who are like industry, level people, Wyatt and Max are your brothers.
Mm-hmm.
Agreed. And we've had Gruball on.
I can confirm.
And we've had Gruball on and stuff like that. But it's
but
that kind of leads me into our next. And well, we're trying to create connections, thing like that, and we've been trying to do a lot of good things, and just kind of grow the brand if we can. But also just trying to do something special with it because we want to have a different, unique take, and that's why we've done all these. So you want to listen to us, and I think we have enough now that we're like, okay, you guys keep coming and listening. We had our largest month ever in one fucking day. Our single download of our last episode beat the highest month downloads.
Oh yeah,
in one day.
That's awesome.
So like, obviously people are fucking listening, and like, so we love to hear. We're glad you're here. And it was like 300. So that's like pretty cool.
That's really cool.
So we love to see that, and we're trying to get better for everybody. So obviously we know, well, people are coming, and there has been an interview recently. So come for us, and we're definitely trying to build that up more. Yeah. But regardless of that,
and shit, if there's anything that like any of our listeners want to hear,
feel free to DM or like send a submission. We'll tailor it. We'll definitely talk about. So I mean, keep it gaming, but no, that'd be great. The one thing I want to say, one thing we mentioned a while ago, and we couldn't get it off the ground. We tried to. Granted, obviously, COVID, so holding it. We want to do a charity stream, and we're trying to look for something. We weren't sure, but so recently we found out about Able Gamers, who is basically, and they're at Able Gamers, I think, on everything. I know it's Instagram and Twitter. It's at Able Gamers. Basically, it's like to help support like gaming for everybody. So like people with disabilities or anything like that can help support creating custom stations, or so they can enjoy the same games that you and I are enjoying, right? Because we want gaming. Glad Games is all about everybody should be enjoying every games, and so is gaming. It's like everybody. The more people gaming, I think the better it is, because gaming's helped me throughout my life and a lot of things, and I think you as well. And it's just a good escape, and everybody should be involved in it. Yeah. I know Alana Pierce is doing stuff. If I say that name, I'm sure everybody knows who that is because she's like incredibly famous. But she's previously at Funhouse, and now she's actually doing. She's a game writer at Santa Monica Studios.
Oh, cool!
Potentially working on the new God of War. But she also still streams, and she's raising $50,000 for the Able Gamers.
I don't know why that like last 3 sentences.
Yeah,
I was picturing like God of War in my head, and then
Alana doesn't look like the God of War. But...
No. I mean, you were just talking about Able Gamers and how.
Oh, okay, gotcha.
And
before I said God of War, you mean?
Yeah, like I was picturing like what game like would I like want access to, and I was like all the old God of Wars, and obviously the most recent one, and I don't know. That's just what popped in my head. Tangent, but whatever.
No, that's awesome.
Yeah.
And
no,
so basically,
we'd love to do something.
Basically, they're Able Gamer. It's a mission to enable play in order to combat social isolation, foster inclusive communities, and improve the lives of people with disabilities. So that's kind of what Able Gamer is all about. I think it's awesome. It's great thing for us to go to. And Alana's, I mean, obviously we're small pod, so we can help where we can. We're going to try to do a charity stream. I think Alana's actually making a video about Tiltify, which is like an easy way to just do charity streams and stuff like that. So we're going to kind of see that. And we commented, I have no idea if she'll see our comment, but We'll see. We'll tag her in this and see if it matters at all.
yeah.
But like, we definitely want to help. She does streams all the time to raise the $50,000 goal. I just saw Brie Larson just made a video for her.
Dope.
So like, yeah, Captain Marvel.
So
So
people know her.
yeah, one or two. So yeah, we definitely want to be involved because I think it's a cause, and we've been trying to find a charity that we could do, and we just don't know how to do it. So we will be doing that. So the charity stream, and if I got to just shave the head again or whatever the fuck we're gonna do, we'll figure it out.
Yeah.
We'll make some fun for everybody to watch and do it. Maybe we'll hook up with Tuck Gamer as well, because I know they like to do stuff like that.
Oh yeah.
But yeah, so shout out to Alana Pierce doing awesome shit, and shout out to Able Gamers. Follow them, like them. If you can donate, help it out. It's a great cause. Sounds amazing, and we're definitely going to do some stuff to help support it when we can. And also, the video game, I believe it's called the Video Game Accessibility Awards. Alana also like pays for out of her own pocket. Started last year, and she's trying to look for other funding. And I was like, hey, if you need like help with that, like we'll help try to do a charity for that, or if we can help like support. It's like small, but we know different people, so maybe somebody we know hits a tangent, we can work together and help grow it. So yeah, it's great. So definitely check that out, the Video Game Accessibility Awards, and Able Gamers. And Alana Pierce, we probably already follow her because she has like 1 billion followers. But
hell yes.
But yeah,
So we have
want to say that.
we have a couple other
Got a couple other topics.
yeah news
I just like
things
made out
to
with the
get to.
microphone.
I mean,
I
you
just
do you,
turned my
boy.
face and just
Whatever you like. So Discord, Microsoft. We have a couple Microsoft things.
Ew.
Right? No,
Just kidding. I did.
Discord did break off talks with Microsoft about Microsoft purchasing or
$12 billion offer.
Yeah.
That's a big fucking offer.
That's a big fucking fuck you.
Yeah, it is. I know. Discord's like, nice try.
There's so much to be said for that though. That's just fucking integrity. That's like,
well, this is what we talked about.
And you know what you
happened.
have, and yeah.
And we didn't want them to just make it teams, do all that. And I told you, I was like, that's what I'm worried about. And there's not a ton of information other than it said they're going to reject the $12 million bid. But I bet, I mean, again, this is my just opinion. I bet they were probably like, and they thought their brand was just going to kind of incorporate into basically what happened when they got Teams from Skype. Like Skype and Teams. Skype's gone. Teams there. Discord could eat that. And it's like, but then what the fuck are you doing? And it's like,
I would love to talk to like a Discord developer. And
just like, fuck yeah, dude.
How that whole thing works, what they're implementing, I'm sure there's so much stuff too that like we don't even know about that's capable with that. It's like talking to like any kind of Adobe professional where it's like, oh, Photoshop can like do this, and that. And they're like, oh, you scratch the
surface.
Don't
even know. Like there's so much more.
Not even 0.1%. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, it's great. I kind of relieved.
Yeah. No.
Like,
I am.
Is that bad to say? Yeah.
No, it's, I mean, I don't want these, like, as much as I love the fact that like Disney has Marvel and it's making all these things, like the fact that using Marvel characters has become harder in like parodies and stuff like that because you have to deal with like Disney lawyers,
right?
Like
yeah,
that,
like
where it's like
NDA or no, season to say.
Yeah.
But it was some acronym I could read. Yeah,
but yeah, that stuff's like it's a give and take. It's like do you want more stories? But then like there's a stranglehold on the whole universe now, where it's and that's a tricky thing to deal with because it's like if you want to make any superhero, Marvel has made so many tangential superheroes. Yeah, that like any kind of
big word. Some asshole went to SAT school.
I did. It was miserable. But no, like the fact that any kind of like superpower you want to instill in a character could, if they wanted to, technically be like pursued by Disney for infringement because they have covered every imaginable superhero power in the MCU at some point.
Yeah, as long as it wasn't like a previously existing like comic or something like that.
But they also made all of it. Yeah.
That's true. Yeah,
I mean, I don't know how much they do own. That's a different conversation.
They definitely own a lot. They don't own a little. Tell you that. But yeah, so I guess our whole thing is we're glad
Yeah.
Discord, and also fuck yeah, Discord, yeah. Which where we record this on our video stream and audio are coming through Discord.
Yeah.
So
Almost glad Microsoft did buy them because I'm gonna have some
Microsoft would have been like, here's our
answering to do.
Microsoft would have been like, where's your $50 per call?
Yeah.
Like fee. Discord's like, just keep glad you gaming, baby. Discord's glad you game, and that's what we love to see. 12 billion put their dick on the table and said, measure me, not enough. Fucking love it. Want more of it. Of the money, not the whatever.
Yeah.
But like, yeah, it's like that was a weird situation. But anyways,
but in good news for Microsoft, apparently they're going back toward free online play.
Not really. That's
not really.
It's kind of they're free online play for their free games of the month.
Okay. All right. That's
so like
that's a step in the right direction.
They have like free they have free online multiplayer for free to play games. So there's 50 free to play games. Basically, if you download like Call of Duty Warzone is a free to play game. Okay. You can play that online for free. You don't have to pay, which is a lot of people play that game, so that's fine. So basically, if the game is free to play, Fortnite, things like that, if the game is free to play, you can play online for free. If the game is not free to play, you still pay for the online.
But that's the developers, not Microsoft at that point, right?
No, that's still the same online thing. It's just that they decide if the game is free to play or not.
The developers or Microsoft?
The developers.
Yeah.
But Microsoft still, but there's no difference. And like Call of Duty Warzone.
Well, you used to have a pass that if you wanted to play online,
you'd have to buy the Game Pass, or you'd have to buy Xbox Live.
Yeah.
Which is now just whatever the fuck we said it was last week because they renamed it.
But I mean, that's the free part now, though, right?
Only for that game. It does not work for other games. So if you have Call of Duty Warzone, you can play online for free. But if you want to play Call of Duty Cold War online, you have to pay.
Are you paying Microsoft or are you paying
Microsoft?
Okay, not the Call of Duty.
You have to pay for the Microsoft subscription.
Huh.
So Microsoft is the one gatekeeping it.
All right.
But they're basically saying if you can get the game for free, we won't block the online part, because right now they block the online part.
So step in the right direction.
It is. I mean, they use that to help pay for servers and things like that too. So it's like I kind of understand the charge, and the charge is not like crazy, but it's like $50-$60 a year, not like a month. So it's kind of like
because back
it gives you all these additional
it was
features.
Like $25 a month, right?
Yeah, and one of PlayStation's big thing was they never charged for it, so it was always free. And then I think it was PS3, maybe PS4.
I went on this huge rant on Reddit about how
fuck you guys.
Sony is this big benevolent thing where it's they allow online play for free and are just leveling the playing field. And it was a 8-paragraph thing about how great they were. And a week later, they started charging for their online play.
Oh my God. Oh yeah, they're the great. And then a week later, they're like, well, and then you were like, you know what? It makes sense. If you think about it, we're helping them.
No, I was angry.
I was angry initially, but I mean, I get it makes sense. Knowing it's you have to have money to handle these servers, to do this connection. It's that's fine. And as long as they don't start making crazy prices, that's fine.
And in my utopia, the developers would pay for that. It's if you're selling a game that has online as a thing, then you have to pay to be able to play online.
Well, developers do that for MMOs. There's a monthly fee for their servers.
No, I mean that the developers have to pay Microsoft.
Yeah, I don't know, because then that kind of gatekeeps
that's
people from making
a utopia in my head where I'm
that
everything's free for the consumer. But no,
that gatekeeps
I hate the
developers making online games, because they're not going to make online games.
Of course,
no, not if it costs them more.
They definitely will.
If they cost them more, no. Right now is the better,
because then they can do all their online microtransaction shit like that.
But they do that now.
They do that now because it's an open thing and it's free money that gets to print.
Right. And now it's they won't get charged for those games.
Yeah, but we're paying money.
Well, not anymore.
For most stuff.
Right.
So we're paying money to be able to play online, and then the developers get to just cash in checks for making new suits and shit like that. Where it's if you're gonna if you're gonna be able to compete on this marketplace that customers are paying you more for, then you should have to pay to be on that marketplace.
Well, they already pay to go on Microsoft, so I wouldn't make them pay for that. I mean, that's taxing. That's a weird. That's That doesn't make a lot of sense to me. To me, it makes sense for the consumers to have to pay for it.
It just makes sense. If you're buying a game, you shouldn't have to pay to play that game online.
You're paying. I mean, you are and you aren't, but like
it's an opinion. I'm not.
Yeah. No, I get what you're saying. It's like if it has an like Call of Duty Cold War has online multiplayer, I should be able to do that. Except like Xbox Live, like if you want to do shit online, they're like you have to. It's just the online portion of the console you're playing on. You could just buy for PC and you don't have to do that.
Yeah.
So they're not forcing you to buy the Xbox. So they're like, if you do, this is just how it is.
Yeah.
Just like PlayStation. I mean, Nintendo Switch is the same way. Every console does it.
Switch is weird because they like allow some but not others. And
well, that's what Microsoft's doing now, right?
Yeah.
So some and not others, and Sony I think does the same thing. So it's kind of like, you know, it's interesting. And
I mean, that's been a big thing for me is like, I just don't play enough online games to make it worth it on a month-to-month basis.
My thing is, I think they're going to make my experience better and provide like how they give you free games of the month. If you have that, it's like, well, I get 2 free games every month. Those games are $60 and they're like legitimate games like Control and stuff like that. I mean, the Ultimate Edition of Horizon was this month. So it's like, yeah, that's Horizon Zero Dawn, like the complete edition with all the DLC. So I'm like, yeah, that's kind of worth that because I
just don't play enough volume. Like
there's like definitely it's like insurance, right? It's insurance or warranties. Some people are going to overtake the company where they're abusing it or not abusing it, but just getting what they're putting into it.
I see what you're saying. Yeah.
Other people, insurance makes money because they don't pay for things or warranties. But some people get all their shit paid for because they claim all the warranties and they do it the right way. Then other people just pay the insurance, pay the warranty, and never call anything in. And those people, that's how they're making their bank. Yeah. It's the same thing with this.
Anytime I pay like one time for a month just to be able to play one game for a couple of weeks. I can see that. That's what I'm saying. Is paying for you to have like a ton of free.
Yeah. It's like if you're gonna open the door and pay for it, my thought is like, all right, if I'm paying for it, I am going to get one over. Like I'm going to get the most out of this experience because I'm paying for this experience, and I don't want it to be a waste of money, or else it is a waste of money to me. Which is what you're saying.
And I mean, I say this from the perspective of someone who has paid Planet Fitness $10 a month for the past 3 years.
That's because you can't cancel online. You have to like go in there, and it's like, well, I'm not going in there to cancel it. What are you fucking insane? It's like I'm not going physically. If you could cancel from the app, that's why they don't do it because you would cancel it from the app.
Yeah,
but you go in there in person, you're like, I don't want to go. I don't want to talk to somebody.
And I mean,
because then they're like, come on, man.
That's Planet Fitness. LA Fitness is even worse. They make
you have
like,
both.
Dude, no, I used to. I used to.
You know, when I lived in LA, do you know what they call it? LA Fitness?
Just fitness.
Yeah. I told you that joke before.
I mean, it's the Brazil nut joke, but
I used to tell people that all the time. And then I forget who it was, but somebody was like, really? And I was like, no, I was like, it's the company's name. It's not like they changed their fucking name.
They registered in California.
They were like
separately.
They have like they got a different branch of this LLC, and they're like, yeah, this is just fitness. That'd be pretty good. Oh, also big news. Speaking of Sony, PS3 store, PS Vita store back online, going offline. I think Vita's still going off.
Thank you for the backlash.
Yeah, I think yeah, exactly. This is when fan support and pissed offness or whatever worked out, right? Social media coming to grips. I think PS Vita is still going to shut down in a year, but it's like they got another year, and PS3 is kind of staying up for a while. So they definitely heard. They realized they're like, "Hey,
I love
are bad."
In gaming, it feels like the opposite of cancel culture. You have like reinvigoration culture.
Well, yeah, well, that's what they're hoping for with Days Gone, because Days Gone 2 they like threw that script out, and now there's a massive petition that has 100,000 signatures now.
Yeah,
of getting it, which I'm one of them because I fucking love the first one. It's like, dude, fucking do it. The Sony CEO.
I can't wait for a developer that I'm sorry to cut you off because I've done it like 3 times in a row. But a developer that is like purely like Kickstarter based. They're like, okay, here's our ideas. You give us money for what idea you want to see be made, and basically just have like 800,000 people want this game made and already pre-ordered it via Kickstarter. That's the game we're doing. And all the developers go for it. There's no like stuff hanging over their head like, oh, is it going to be made? Is it not going to be made? Because we've seen like several games now just canceled and years of work gone
Yeah, just because they lost funding or something.
And then like you don't have to answer to any like marketing guys or any shit like that. You don't have to have like deadlines. I mean, you put deadlines, but if it gets pushed back, it gets pushed back because that's what the developers need. I would love to see a developer forward, crowdsourced, just development company, just making games that they pitch and let people do it.
I don't hate that. I was thinking about. I was like,
it'd be hard to do.
I don't hate
you'd
that.
have to find
it
a
would be
niche
difficult.
and, like,
You'd have to find it like the
you'd
perfect
almost have
use
to
case.
wait till like some company imploded on itself. I forget which one did a couple years ago, where like they didn't really get bought out; they just shut down.
Who?
I forget. I forget what the
Game
name
developer.
was. Yeah.
I mean, there's a few. It wasn't ID. No ID. Well, ID to get bought out, but I don't know. It's
but it was one that basically just like closed up shop, and they're like, "Sorry, we can't make this game anymore."
I feel like I fucking know who you're talking about, and it's gonna bother the shit out. Thanks for saying that, you asshole. Episode 50, pissing me off.
And then just like all the developers just like scattered and like
scattered.
No.
No, I know what you're talking about. That would be cool, actually. Yeah, that would be cool. I agree.
Yeah.
And I like hope they figure out something with Days Gone. They need to make Days Gone too. It's kind of my whole thing. And Jim Ryan, so he had a speech. Who's the CEO of Sony? Was like, we're gonna have more exclusives than ever. Confirm. He's like doubling down. So they're trying to increase the PS5 supply because they're trying to find the semiconductors. That's kind of what's been chokeholding how many can. And they're gonna have an experience that is only on PlayStation. Basically, it's a rival for Xbox Game Pass. The rumors is it's going to involve the Sony Music and video.
Word.
Let's get some of that. But they said they're investing more than ever in exclusives, and the PS5 will have more exclusives than any of the previous systems, which is great. What are they? Days Gone 2 could have been one of these, Jim.
That would be really cool if they bundled their video exclusives or like their movie exclusives and game exclusives.
Apparently that it's what is going to happen. There's a bunch of leaks about it.
Yeah.
So it's like you kind of get. Well,
that
actually,
said,
like how we're watching Mortal Kombat tonight, HBO Max. It's incorporating their theater releases with this. They're pretty much saying the new Spider-Man movie is part of your PS Pass.
I don't even know. The last movie I knew for sure was produced by Sony was
Spider-Man.
Okay, fair enough. That makes sense. But I was thinking The Interview. Interview with but they were like, like that it changed. I never expected it to be it's Seth Rogen. He's like, I never expected
Seth
it to
Rogen,
be
James Franco,
a political thing, and like it kind of like shot it out of the stratosphere where like everyone wanted to watch it because it was banned and stuff.
Yeah, then it was like, on the Google Play Store. It's like, great. That was the first movie that I can think of that was a big release that came out on digital because they couldn't come out in theaters. So to kind of go on something we talked about 2 weeks ago. Yeah, I think it was 2 episodes ago. So 2 weeks ago. Which I want to mention, not just Sony's investing more in exclusives. The one thing I thought was really cool that Jim Ryan talked about is we talked about Sony Japan studio kind of like closing up.
Yeah.
Their oldest first party studio. They're kind of closing up and they're like, well, we're getting new people, things like that. So people like Sony's Japanese, like, why are you closing this up? And he's like, we will provide software that fits Japanese gaming community. PS5 has included a lot of software from Japanese developers since the early stages. We will continue to strengthen our ties with Japanese developers and release content for PS5 that fits the Japanese market, which is one thing I think is important because that is a big part of the Sony architecture, or like not architecture, but like the game world is Sony Japan. And like Sony is Japanese, and it's like it also affects all of their games. Like it's just kind of like an overarching culture to it almost. And I always thought that was very important to at least me and Sony, and I thought it was unique. And just like Nintendo has like a kind of whereas Xbox is very American, right? It's like I like that. And so when they said they were kind of closing it up or changing it around, it was like, oh shit. But the fact that he's saying I want to see those investments. I want to see the new game developers we're getting in Japan, but it did make me feel better that they were doing that. And he also talked about more PlayStation games will release on PC. One of them being Days Gone. So, hey, Jim, how about you get Days Gone too, asshole? Like, you're clearly going to make more money off it. The people want Days Gone too. We want the Gone universe. Release the Gone cut. No, the Gone cut was released, but like, release the Gone too. It's like the Snyder cut, but whatever.
I would also suggest checking on the garlic bread.
Yeah, she's got it. I'm not the one cooking all that. She's
fair enough. Yeah, we're setting up for our Mortal Kombat shindig, getting ready.
Oh yeah, no, that's I don't even think that's been turned on because I haven't even gotten a notification.
Right, fair enough. Oh yeah, you got your oven notification.
My oven notifies me. Yeah,
Justin is very digitally in tune.
Hey, I had a like a 30-year-old oven, and the warranty company was like, "This is the only one we can replace it with," and it's like it's going to text you. I was like,
"Yeah, perfect."
I guess if it has to.
Yeah,
it's awesome. But anyways,
it is weird that a house built like 90 is 30 years old.
Yeah, I mean we're 30 years old. We're a house built in 90, man. Like that's the crazy fucking part.
Yeah. I mean, like my house was rebuilt in 68, and I'm like, oh, it's like 30 years old, and I'm like, no.
It's like your brain frozen time, which I do too. It's like thinking people born in 2000 is 2000. Like the 90s now is the 60s when we were in the 90s.
Yeah,
which is fucking crazy to think about. But anyways, let's get off that topic. Jeff Kaplan, director of Overwatch, announced he's leaving Blizzard after almost 20 years. He's also overseeing Overwatch 2. That's continuing development. Assistant director Aaron Keller is going to be taking over as the new director of the sequel. He also worked with Kaplan on World of Warcraft, so it's in good hands. But that's awesome. Congrats, Jeff. Hopefully, Joy, whatever going on to do next. He wrote like a whole email. I'm not going to read the whole fucking thing, but he truly knew what he was doing. He knew the developers, the business side.
Speaking of getting old, it's weird that like people that have been like mainstays in video games are now just like retiring of old age.
Yeah, I mean it's crazy. It's like they're like, well, now it's time. I'm like, wait, what the fuck?
Like I've just always on Reddit, you see like, oh, the guy that invented like this controller or the guy that invented like this game system is his birthday, and I'm like, holy shit, this
happy birthday,
like fucking 80, and it's just I don't know, like it's so weird growing up like in the 90s, and you see like these like hot shot developer guys, and then you're like, yeah, these guys are like, getting up there, but I mean, it's become a whole ass legacy. And I mean, that's what you look for in an industry. You want it to survive longer than just a flash in the pan. And that's what we're seeing. And that's why I'm glad you game.
Keep gladding. All right. I think we nailed all our topics. And like we said, we're kind of doing a couple other things to celebrate our 50, but we're not going to have a 50 without trivia, people. We're not. We are going pretty fast this week, though. I will say we're at 45. This is the fast one in a long time, but we're still going to give you trivia because you need it, you like it, you want more of it, we're giving it to you. Sage, why don't you start? Because I may or may not be still deciding on my trivia. I think I found it, but I have to make sure that it's actually correct.
Well, then let me just start with what my trivia is looking at, just so I don't overlap.
Yep.
We are doing Mortal Kombat weapons.
Okay, good.
Okay,
good.
All right.
We had a similar thing, but mine has nothing to do with the weapons.
Good. So I'm going to tell you a weapon in Mortal Kombat, and you tell me who wields it. So it can be one character, some of them are a couple characters, but yeah.
Okay,
let's dive in. Kunai. This is a harpoon, like usually attached to a rope.
Wait, I have to pick the person who's attached to. Dude, I don't remember anybody from Mortal Kombat. Jack, Sub-Zero, and Scorpion.
Thank you. I was like, if you don't get this one, then this is all bets are off.
I went through them and I was like, I don't remember anybody except Jack, Sub-Zero, and Scorpion. I was like, obviously, get over here.
Yes, exactly.
Which I cannot wait to fucking hear.
Yeah. A Tongfa, which is a kind of looks like a police baton. It's like a stick with a handle in the middle of it, 2/3 down.
Raiden? Oh,
No.
damn.
Jack.
Jax? Wait. I don't remember him having any weapon other than just his hand.
Yeah, it was like in 4, I think.
Oh.
Yeah.
That's a shame. But also,
It
I
is
just
a
think
shame.
of Jax just whipping ass with his hands. So
Boomerang.
I'm going to be bad at this, dude. I don't remember any of these.
This is the only one that I was like completely...
Sonya Blade.
No.
Just feels like. Oh, wait, no. Boomerang is.
If you pull
Is
his
it-
head of your ass, I'm going to be very
Does it
impressed.
start with a K? Kano?
Nope. Tanya.
Tanya. Oh, really?
Yeah.
Oh. I think I actually.
I
knew
had
that one.
no idea who that was or what
Fuck.
it was. A hook sword or twin hooks.
I see it like a lot of these.
It's a sword with like...
No, a lot of these I can see it visually. I just can't remember their fucking name is the problem. And I'm like, I'm sure everybody listening is like, you moron, it's blah blah blah. And I'm like, it is blah blah blah. I don't know. So I'm gonna Sonya Blade. Just because the blade.
Cabal or Movado.
Okay.
Laser.
Kano.
Bingo.
That was like, yeah. Kano wins.
Nunchucks or nunchaku.
Sonya Blade. I'm just gonna keep saying Sonya Blade until we find it.
Just if it's a pistol, it's Sonya Blade.
Yeah, I know.
Anything else, not Sonya Blade.
I thought she had nunchucks at one point. I don't remember. Wait, I don't remember.
Liu Kang or Johnny Cage.
I was gonna say Johnny Cage. I never was gonna say Liu Kang.
This one, I feel like you're gonna be pissed.
Yeah, I'm already pissed. I've fucked up all these.
A razor rimmed hat.
Oh, is that Raiden?
No,
I know who that is though,
I know you do. That's why I said you're gonna be pissed.
and I can't remember.
It's
the
like
fucking
my
name.
favorite character to play. You've played against me as this character.
I know I know who it is. Like if I like in my brain, I see the character.
Yeah,
I don't see their name.
What color is his pants?
It's like blue, right?
Nah, it's red. I would have given you half a point. Kung
Is it
Lao.
always red?
Kung Lao.
No, because he has blue.
I'm sure there's a way to switch it, but
When you pick multiple ones, they go blue, green, red. Yeah.
yeah. If
Anyways,
I'm remembering in my head, he has red pants and a black vest.
You know, I know exactly who you're talking about.
Yeah. Size.
What size?
Like the Ninja Turtle size.
Oh, I was thinking of this person earlier too, and now I was like, I'm gonna get this one. I literally was thinking this when you said nunchucks. I was like, I know this one though, and now I'm like, fuck. Oh my god, this is so bad. I have no fucking idea. I'm not. I could just say random names.
I'll give you 2 guesses.
Reptile.
I'll give you 3 guesses.
I don't. I just tell me. We got
Melina.
Okay. How many more of these you got?
2 more. Shurikens. Which are throwing stars.
I know what they are.
I know you know. It's for the audience. For those at home, throwing stars, shuriken.
I don't remember.
Noob Sabot.
Oh, that's who that is. Trivia for you. You know who that is?
The
Sub-Zero.
Oh, okay. Yes.
Noob Sabot is Sub-Zero.
I feel like it's his little brother.
Pretty sure it's same character.
I feel like they change the story all the time anyway.
Or they're like twins. They're either twins.
And then just to drive it home, who uses lightning?
Raiden.
There we go. So you got...
I was like saying Raiden so much. I was like, one of these motherfuckers is going to be...
You got the very first one, the Kunai with
the very last one.
The very last one, Raiden Lightning. And then before I could even finish asking the question, you got Kano with laser.
Yeah.
So 3 out of 10, 30%. Let's revisit after the movie. We'll yeah, so it was good.
Noob Sabot once known as Baihan and Sub-Zero.
All right.
Noob Sabot, but he's also called Elder Sub-Zero. So there is a lot about this.
Yeah, that's when I looked up the weapon thing. It was like younger brother of Sub-Zero.
This is actually saying older, but okay.
Yeah.
I know they always make him play the same character. For example, the guy that plays in the movie Sub-Zero, I know he signed on for 4 films, and he's new Sabot and Sub-Zero. He's the same.
There we go.
So they're at least twinning. At least was from that.
Yeah.
All right. So Mortal Kombat. Let's specifically talk about Mortal Kombat 11 because we're talking about competitive play. Top earnings for the gamers that they've earned from Mortal Kombat 11 playing. Top 10. I'm going to give you the name, and you can just guess how much money they earned from the game.
Cool.
Are you ready?
Absolutely not. Let's go.
Okay. Do you want me to go in order to help you?
Yep.
Bottom or top or bottom? It's more fun when we go higher, right?
Start at the bottom.
Let's start from the lower numbers.
Yeah.
All right. Number 10. High T. Hayatei.
Okay.
I don't know. The one number 6's name is awesome.
Just your fucking face. Subscribe to the YouTube just to see Justin's face while pronouncing that.
All right, high T. That's what we're saying. How much did you earn from the game?
Just from streaming that game?
From competitive playing
in that game.
Mortal Kombat 11.
$30,000.
9,680.02 cents.
Okay.
Rewind.
$30,000.
9,800.
Okay.
We are going from the bottom up.
All right.
Dizzy TT.
9,900.
11,950.88 cents. Doxies.
1,500.
13,391.40 cents. A Foxy Grandpa. That's really the name. I'm not like judging a picture.
22,500.
14,560.64 cents. Tekken Master. What a fucking name for a guy playing Mortal Kombat 11. Tekken 7,
Sorry,
by the way, one of the best fighting
Tekken.
games.
Let's move on.
Yeah. Tekken 7, one of the best fighting games of all time. Side note. All
right. 35.
15,322.53 cents. Scar.
20,
aka the brother
20,
of
20,000.
That guy from The Lion King.
Yes.
I can't remember. What's the guy's name?
Mufasa.
Yeah, you knew that. Yeah.
20,000.
17,810.04 cents.
Okay.
Ninja Killa 212. This is the first one that sounds like a name.
20,000.
30,522.60 cents.
How the fuck did we skip from 18? Okay.
We went from 17,000 to 30.
All right.
This is where the jumps happen.
All right.
Dragon
60,000.
34,024 cents. Sonic Fox
48,000.
$88,299.30. I mean, that dude balled out. The disparity of 1 and 2 is insane. He's literally more than double. You're
buying like sports cars at that point.
He's almost 3 times the number 2 spot. That's fucking crazy.
Yeah.
Because he's a little bit over 30,000 and he's almost 90,000. I mean, it's like 2.7 times. That's fucking Sonic Fox dominating. Yeah, it's crazy. It's crazy. Competitive game, man. They don't fuck around. Mortal Kombat, the Final Combat tournament, the total prize money of it, Final Combat 2020. What was the total prize?
500,000.
100,000, but still pretty good.
That's cool.
Yeah, pretty awesome. And apparently Sonic Fox won a shitload of that, I would presume. But out of all the tournaments for 37 tournaments, the total prize money awarded for Mortal Kombat 11, just to end us up for tonight. What is that?
Repeat the question.
What was the total amount of prize money awarded from all 37 tournaments for Mortal Kombat 11?
750,000.
$392,602.33.
Damn.
How is that not a flat number? How do you not like just why are you giving out cents?
Yeah.
And why are you making that a thing? Just like be like, you get the dollar or you round down. Like it should just be 400,000 is what we're giving away in all 37 tournaments. You guys decide how we're getting it.
I'm aware a lot of these are like direct deposit type things, but I want to like imagine that there's like some guy like, here's $7 and ting, 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 37 cents.
Yeah, the lowest in the top 25 was 3,500. So from the 25 to the really the 9th spot. They all share the same level of order of magnitude. They're all in the single digit thousand.
So
which is pretty crazy. All right, well, thanks everybody. Episode 50, we appreciate it. Thanks for gaming with us. Thanks for joining us. Thanks for listening to us. We're gonna keep going. We're gonna do more on the YouTube, more on the Twitch, more on all that shit. We're gonna do the Able Gamers charity thing once we figure out how to do charity streams. I promise you we're gonna do it. Sage and I appreciate you very much, and we'll keep going. Here's to another 50. Cheers to that. Let's do it. 50. All right, well, cheers, brother, and keep gaming, keep glad, and we'll let you know how Mortal Kombat is next week. Love y'all. Bye.
Bye.